a Sunday stroll. A South Milwaukee man is using one of the area's largest and most beautiful parks to help connect people's souls with nature. Jenna Wells shares his passion for education and the environment.
Connecting people, whether it's with nature or the performing arts or however, just improving people's lives in any way that I can is really important to me, and it's kind of my mission in many ways.
A peaceful hobby transformed into a popular bi-weekly gathering. Brian Morrison is a South Milwaukee native and the creator of the Suburban Soles program. The idea came to Brian 5 years ago while on a nature walk with friends.
We were just like, oh, wouldn't it be really cool to have like a guide with us to be able to tell us what we're looking at and all the different things? And
so Brian jumped in feet first, connecting with local nature centers to build his vision. Regardless of how the plan worked, he knew it had to take place in Grant Park.
And it really is a gem of South Milwaukee, if I might say so myself. It makes up almost a quarter of our city. And we have this beautiful lakefront that pretty much has four-season interest. I mean, I come down here with my snowshoes during the winter months, and there's always something to explore in Grant Park.
Suburban Soles was born in 2017. For 5 summers now, the group meets every other Sunday for a walk through Grant Park, guided by a nature educator.
I give most of my credit to them because the educators are really who make this. I mean, I might grease the wheels to make it happen, but they're the ones who are, bringing it and making it happen.
Each walk has a different theme.
We tend to have our staple ones every single year, such as tree identification, native plants. We tend to focus some on climate change. It's really across the board. This year we'll be doing one on dragonflies, which is exciting and kind of a newer one.
Interest isn't fading. Over the years, the group has grown and keeps growing.
There's almost too many people sometimes. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, I love to see the people come out, but we have attendance from, 25 to up to about 40, 45 people.
Brian does all of the event planning and setup during the winter months, preparing for the walks, which run from May through September.
I mean, it really is a full year process really to get these put together.
It costs about $2,000 a year for marketing and stipends for the nature guides. Funding for Suburban Soles comes nearly all from donations. At the beginning, a lot came straight from Brian's pocket.
It's important to keep it free to the public, and I usually don't put a cap on any of the sizes either, so it's welcoming everybody that can possibly make it out. I guess in my own way, I'd like to be a philanthropist and give back to the community any way that I can.
One part of the journey that came easy was picking a name. For Brian, Suburban Soles has a double meaning.
Soles, it's meant to be not only the bottom of your foot, connecting you with the earth, but also connecting your heart and your soul on a Sunday with Mother Nature.
The first word, suburban. A nod to his love for South Milwaukee and Grant Park.
I've grown up here my whole life, and it's so embedded in my DNA even. I mean, this is a part of me. I mean, I was a kid going up and down these trails with my mother. I was in my teens walking around with my friends, I mean, it's just always been my backyard, and it's always been a part of my life. And I've done a lot of traveling. I've seen a lot of beautiful things across the country, but I come back and there's something special about this park and this community, this corner of the world.
Brian is always staying involved in his hometown. He does community outreach for the South Milwaukee Performing Arts Center. He's the president of the Performing Arts Council, and he's been the entertainment director for the city's downtown farmers market since 2017.
I've lived multiple lives. It's been kind of an interesting path for me. I haven't taken a straight line, that's for sure.
After 15 years in the performing arts business, Brian decided to immerse his soul in nature. He's working on degrees in horticulture and biology and plans to earn a master's in natural resource management.
So my goal is finding a career that connects the community with nature, involves education, whether that be at a national park system or a nature center.
Of course, Brian wants to see Suburban Soles continue, but as his studies take precedent, he might need a little help.
In best case scenario, I would like to potentially hand this off to someone else to take the lead on it. I wouldn't wipe my hands clean by any means, but I just need someone to kind of step up and kind of take that role on.
He hopes the success of Suburban Soles inspires people to start similar programs in other parks.
It would be my honor, in fact, if something like that would take off. That would probably be the best result overall.
Brian believes programs like this are especially important to inspire conservation at a time when we need it most.
You know, education leads to appreciation, and we are in a kind of turning point in humanity, really, that we need to start making some environmental decisions that are wiser for the future, for future generations.
A walk in the woods, bringing tranquility to the body and the brain.
How wonderful it is if you have a bad day to come to the park and just sit and soak it all and listen to the birds, listen to the wind in the trees, and just connect with it. And
a reminder that peace, beauty, and education is right in our backyard.
We go from our house to our work, and we're so busy that we're really disconnected from nature. I think that no matter where you are, in the suburbs, in the inner city, wherever that might be, there's that disconnect there, and it's important to bring people back to their roots and understand the significance of what Mother Nature has to offer.
I thought, wow, that's a